I'm ready. So my name is Stacy Sullivan, and I'm the owner of the Sweet Shop, and I also work at Google as the Chief Culture Officer and People Operations.
Catch a star if you can, wish for something special. Let it be.
I think it's safe to say that everyone at the shop adores her. She is the coolest boss. She's one of the nicest people in the world. She's one of the most generous people any of us know, and so we couldn't ask for a better owner of the shop or boss.
Stacy is special because, it's her personality. I mean, she is so so effervescent, so full of life, and always bouncing around doing something.
My parents still live up in the hills, and I went to Gunn High School and Terman, which is right near the Sweet Shop. So I used to come here at lunch. It used to be an open campus back then, and if you had a note from your parents, you could come at lunch and come to the Foodland or Adamant Mart or whatever they used to call this place at the time. So that was great for kids to be able to get candy here.
We've lived here for nearly 14 years, and when we first moved in, it was a Foodland, which was kind of an understocked convenience store, and my son would ride his bike there to get candy. Wasn't quite Sweet Shop quality candy, but it was, off the rack candy bars. But there wasn't much else in there, and so then it closed for a while, and thankfully Stacy and her husband bought it and got it approved by the city as a local coffee and sweet shop, and since it's reopened, it's become much more vital than it ever was.
Oh gosh. I think that it was most prominent last year because our teacher would always bring it up, the fact that we can't have these certain things because of the budget cuts, but I don't think we realize what we're missing out on because we already have a lot of great, things to use around the school. But I think that it's more like we could have more or better, and we just don't.
We were just taking a walk one day with my husband, my two sons, and I. My kids at the time were my boys were 13 and 10. And we were just walking by the shop, and we were telling the boys kind of the history about what the shop used to be, and how it was changed over time. It used to be kind of a general market, and now it had been abandoned for about 5 years, and it was just run down and looked really bad. And we just actually looked at it. We hadn't really thought about it much before, and I just turned to my husband and said, "Wouldn't it be cool if we turn this into something really great for the community, something just really nice that's not an eyesore, and something great for the neighborhood that encourages people to just walk and ride their bikes, and a gathering place. And then any proceeds we make or any money we make at all, we'll just give back to a great cause, like to our local schools, something like that." We don't want to just have candy and things that are really unhealthy, because our family in particular is really into everything in our life is like gluten-free practically and healthy in my family. But
since it's been redone and opened as the Sweet Shop, I've been coming here for about maybe 1 or 2 years, and it's on. And the reason I stop by is because it's on every day I walk. I take a walk. I'm retired. And so I stop here, and I never thought that I would be able to have a conversation with teenagers, seeing as how I'm 80 years old. And but I found that it's real easy, and it's a lot of fun to learn what's going on in their world. For me personally, is the people. I just like talking to young people. It's a lot better than talking to old people.
I mean, we've seen girls get asked out by their new boyfriends, and we know the little gossip with the little kids, so it's really cute, and it's just kind of a social place for them. I mean, colorful probably is the one thing you can think of. She walks in always happy, she's always wearing bright clothes, and then the Sweet Shop is obviously just a happy place, and I think that you can just you know that. I don't know, when she's in the shop, her presence is known, and she's like the celebrity of the shop. It's just a fact. She will talk to anyone and everyone. She will go sit down with you and like ask you how you are. She knows the regulars more than anyone. And so I think the shop is just like, her energy is always throughout it.
So we thought about, even before opening up the shop, kind of the likelihood that we'd be able to make, either a lot of money or a medium amount of money, or like no or minimal money. And from talking to a lot of people who had opened up businesses, we knew, at least for the first few years, we'd only be able to make maybe a little bit of money above our operating kind of expenses. And again, the more business we have, the more we'll actually be able to give back to the schools. So far, we've been able to give, after next month, to 6 different schools some amount of funds that they're utilizing mainly for technology for students and for teachers, and we're really pleased with that.
Because right now we only donate our tip jar to the schools, which it's normally a couple $1,000s, and we're able to donate like smart boards and nice projectors to the middle schools around.
Since our kids have grown up through Santa Rita, through the elementary school, and just watching the budget cuts over the years and the number of teachers that have lost their jobs, or some of the administration that have been squeezed out of jobs, and the trade-offs we've had to make with different kind of extracurricular classes, more enrichment classes, things that have been cut, the musical programs, the art programs. So giving money to the schools versus another cause was just something that's near and dear to our hearts, and having kids going through the public schools and really caring about our grandkids and kids to come, who I hope grow up in Los Altos. We thought that would have the most local bang for the buck. So I like to continue to improve the sweet shop, add to it, make it better and better each and every month.
The thing is, right now the shop isn't profitable, so we're still like getting by. But once the shop becomes profitable, I think she's more excited just to have those profits go towards schools than anything.
So I think my vision for this sweet shop is to try to do what we can, first of all, to expand it and continue to market and grow it and get even more and more visibility. So I'd like to maybe consider doing something else broader in time, but I haven't really figured out what it is. I really want to make this place as great as possible. So the best part about owning the sweet shop is that it's really viewed as a gift in our mind, and just a community gathering spot that all types of people can benefit from. It seems like anything we can do to give back just a little bit, even just technology, or even just helping to support hiring a part-time teacher, is going to make a big difference in even just one child's life. And again, I'm all about giving locally, and I think I can have the most impact from giving anything that the sweet shop can make just to any of the schools, even just to make the smallest difference.